Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Principal Talk Show. Today, we are glad to share our screen with Shefali. She's a registered dietitian and a consulting psychologist. She's also a certified diabetes educator and a nutrigenomics counselor. So, let's start the conversation. Hi, Shefali. Hi, Shefali.
Hi Priya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Absolutely fine, thank you. It is such a delight to be here.
थैंक यू सो मच सो एक क्वेश्चन जिसका मुझे बहुत वेट था बहुत दिनों से
Okay.
हाउ यू फील to be daughter of such a blessed, ambitious and passionate mother? Like, how do you
So
feel itni
I
pyari maa
feel
hona?
completely blessed. I feel completely blessed and I'm very, very proud of my mother. Very proud of her.
Yeah, I also talked with her and जो आपने किया ना इंटरव्यू से पहले जो बताया she exactly told me the same thing. शेफाली ने ये किया होगा, शेफाली ने वो किया होगा, and I was like अब शेफाली के पास बैठे थे जब वो कर रही थी. And I
Now,
love the bond how she answer each and everything in a quick manner. शेफाली ये है, शेफाली वो, and I noticed कि हाँ शेफाली ने ऐसा किया है. So the viewers who don't know Shefali ke mama ke bare, who don't know about Sapna, you can go and check our previous interview with Sapna. She is one of the most beautiful, inspiring women I have ever met, and I loved her seriously. So मेरा पहले ये था कि first I go and need to ask Shefali कि उसको कैसा feel होता है इतने प्यारे मम्मा, जो हर बात जानते हैं उसकी छोटी से छोटी बात. Even when you send me your photo for a banner, she told शेफाली ने पक्का ना काले शर्ट वाली भेजी होगी. And I was like हाँ उसने वही भेजी है. तो इतना मुझे आपने नहीं अपने बारे बताया जितना मुझे आपकी मम्मा ने आपकी हिस्ट्री के बारे में बता दिया. So I have the questions for you जिसका आपको
okay.
पता भी नहीं होगा कि प्रिया के पास आए कैसे, but your source is
हाँ,
completely
आए
unknown.
कैसे आए कहाँ से वो तो अब पता चल गया मुझे.
Okay, तो इसमें से कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे भी हैं which she want to ask you. तो
Oh,
फर्स्ट है
okay. On a
how
public
you
forum.
yeah तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है how you describe yourself.
Oh, okay. How do I describe myself? Okay, now
Yes.
that's a googly. पहले ही question पे googly डाल दी. All right. I guess I would describe myself as now first as a mother,
Mm-hmm.
as a daughter, a wife, a sister, a daughter-in-law, a working professional, a student, all rolled into one. I guess that's how I would describe myself.
Great. So basically your mother told me कि सपना खुल के achievements के बारे बताती नहीं है, उन्होंने जो achieve किया है. So my questions are, what are your achievements till now?
Okay, all my achievements, most of them are related to the academic field actually. I have a PhD in psychology and I'm currently pursuing a second PhD in nutrition. And I guess I've been studying ever since I was 2.5 years old, and I'm still studying and I'm still learning new things. I love to learn, I love to read. I picked up a course of French language, in fact, and Mama, she also tagged along. And we had learned French, and घर पे we used to speak in French, like tutti putti French we used to speak, क्योंकि just first level किया था. तो just मतलब यहाँ तक when we had learned how to introduce ourselves, हम लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ मेरे फादर और मेरे ब्रदर को इरिटेट करने के लिए we would speak in French in front of them. That's it, और कुछ नहीं. And we would just ask each other their name. बस that's it, और कुछ नहीं. बट उनको ऐसा लगता था कि हम लोग पता नहीं क्या बात कर रहे हैं, क्या
कर रहे हैं
conversation
उनके
चल
बारे
रहा
में
है.
कुछ बहुत.
So we used to do that. So I like learning new languages, and I have done my French up till B2 level. Out of 6 levels, I've completed 4. And rest, I guess, जो non-academics है, I would say that I've delivered a certain amount of lectures, interactive sessions I've taken. I have had a good number of clients.
Okay.
And I would say my success rate is also good enough. And
मतलब नहीं बताने वाले achievements, मैं questions पे आऊँ. This is what you want me to do?
I think, Priya, that's about all the tom-tomming I can do about.
Okay. Okay, so your first question, that how you ever, have you ever had the unprivileged people or children?
Okay.
Again, I mentioned source is your mom.
Source is my mom. That's right. Yes, I was fortunate enough to be able to do that by God's grace, of course. I actually, as part of my dissertation in my master's, I had constructed this chocolate fudge for
Mhm.
children with ADHD. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, when children are not able to learn or pick up things quickly. So I did that, and since we were targeting children, I thought, why not target the underprivileged kids as well, instead of providing the fudge to the kids who already have a lot of resources on their hands. So we targeted underprivileged kids, and the results were actually mind blowing. Like, the fudge actually achieved its target 100%. So I was
Oh.
very happy with it because there was a marked improvement in their learning process. There
Hmm.
was a marked improvement in their memories, and their attention spans increased and everything. So, in fact, the mothers of the kids were very happy. But unfortunately, since it was just a pilot project, we could not carry it forward. And since the fudge itself involved a lot of expensive ingredients, I
Hmm.
could not just, keep on giving it away for free, because this was a free product that we gave away. So
Hmm.
the fudge was good enough. It was like really good. And the study results were also very nice.
Okay.
So,
I don't know कि आप ये बताते क्यों नहीं हो, but I encourage you to tell it because the way you told your story, might motivate someone else, and वो आगे जाकर, maybe वो unprivileged society जो section है हमारी दुनिया में उनकी help करें. So I think you should tell it because your story can, motivate someone else. And I
that's
wish
right.
that God provide you so much resources that you can help them without, thinking of the
That's
expenses.
Thank
So
you.
I
Thank you
wish
so
to,
much.
pray the Almighty to provide
Thank
you
you.
all the
Yeah, that's
resources
that's
you
like the
need.
best blessing you can give me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So एक achievement और है आपकी as a dietitian, that
Okay.
आपने the person जिन्होंने कहा था कि शेफाली मेरा weight lose कर दो, but I don't want to leave alcohol. So I want to know about that experience.
Okay. See, there was this acquaintance, I would say, I would call him an acquaintance. He was a regular drinker, right? Alcohol रोज लेते थे वो. And he was quite obese. So he came to me, he said, कि I've gone to every dietitian, and the first thing they say is you have to give up alcohol. And
Hmm.
I am not willing to do that. So if you can give me a diet which can take care of my alcohol intake and make me lose weight, तो मैं आपका try करूंगा. Otherwise, I'm not going to start
Hmm.
with your plan. I'm telling you very upfrontly. I was very happy with his honesty. I said, चलो ठीक है at least. Because when we go to a dietitian or a doctor, we tend to say, हाँ हाँ हम बंद कर देंगे, हम बंद कर देंगे. Usually होता नहीं है.
Hmm.
So anyway, I said, okay. I took it up as a challenge because alcohol is something which makes you gain weight, a lot of weight. And here is a person who's asking me to let him consume alcohol and make him reduce weight. So that was a bit of a conundrum. So we took it up, and slowly but surely, I guess within a year, he lost around 25 kgs of his weight.
Oh,
So
great.
he was very happy. I was happy, of course, because my client is happy. I'm happy. And
Okay.
he tried to continue for a long time. I think he's still maintaining his weight. He's not with me anymore, but
Hmm.
I guess he's still maintaining, because what happens is once you are with a dietitian for a long period of time, you understand how to take care of your own dietary needs, because that is what we do. We learn, well, sorry, we teach you how to take care of your own dietary needs so that you don't be dependent on us for a long time. So he came
Okay.
to know about all the tricks that he had to employ and everything. And now I guess he's still maintaining his weight loss. Not too sure if he's lost more, but still maintaining it, I guess. So,
So I think ये स्टोरी सुन के बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स आने वाले हैं और सबसे पहले मेरा ही डीएम आएगा शिवाली want
oh,
to
you're more
talk
than
to you when
welcome.
you are available.
You're more than welcome, Priya. आपके लिए anytime.
So like what made you decide to go into that dietitian career, like कोई कुछ पर्सनल था अंदर से मोटिवेट आई, और योर सराउंडिंग्स that
Not really. See, basically, I'll tell you very frankly, I've always been fascinated by the medical field. And जब 12th हो गया था, and उस time पे we used to have PMT. I don't know if you've heard of it, but that was the pre-medical test. So 12th board exams के बाद it was supposed to happen within 10 to 15 days. तो बोर्ड एग्जाम्स हो गए. आई वाज सो हैप्पी एंड सेलिब्रेटिंग कि मेरे बोर्ड्स खत्म हो गए. आई डिडंट इवन बॉदर स्टडीिंग फॉर द पीएमटी. तो जब डेट एकदम सामने आ गई, आई वाज लाइक नहीं, अब मुझसे नहीं होगा, आई वोंट बी एबल टू डू इट. सो आई डिडंट गिव माय पीएमटी, एंड दैट्स द रीजन दैट आई डिडंट गेट इनटू एमबीबीएस. अदरवाइज फॉर श्योर आई वुड हैव गॉन इनटू दैट स्ट्रीम बिकॉज़ आई रियली लाइक मेडिसिन. सो आई थॉट चलो ठीक है, समथिंग इज बेटर देन नथिंग. So I went to the paramedical field. I chose BSc Home Science because that gives you an option to select 5 careers in the future, 2 of which are from the paramedical field, psychology and dietetics. So I thought, why choose? I went in for both psychology and dietetics. So,
okay. So I think seriously नहीं लिया, but काम आ गया. हर घर के बच्चे की कहानी है.
Absolutely.
So like इसमें like एक गुड फूड एक बैड फूड की कैटेगरी होती है, तो वो एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है, मतलब how we can define it?
See, good food, bad food, ये बहुत subjective होता है. There is no, for me personally, I believe there is no food which can be labeled as bad food. It is only the quantity which labels it as the bad food.
Okay.
मतलब अगर आप तुलसी के पत्ते भी अगर आप जरूरत से ज्यादा खा लेते हैं ना, so that also has a very bad side effect. मतलब for example, if you take a lot of tulsi का पत्ता, your teeth का enamel can erode. So every food, depending on the quantity, is classified as a good food or a bad food. Anything in excess is definitely poisonous. That's what even Hippocrates said. So if you eat everything in moderation and you stick to a healthy routine, I don't believe that there is any food which could be considered as a bad food, including junk food, because sometimes we need comfort food, and this is I'm speaking from a psychological perspective now. आपको कभी-कभी की लाइफ में इतने स्ट्रेस होते हैं that we are sometimes bound to look for food which we like, जैसे कुछ फ्राइड या कुछ मीठा जो हमारे कंफर्ट फूड्स होते हैं, और वो खाने के बाद थोड़े से हम काम डाउन होते हैं, we become relaxed, and then फिर हमारे को आइडियाज आते हैं how to solve our problems.
I look for meetha food every day.
Even I have a huge sweet tooth.
Literally.
My husband is like literally परेशान हो गए हैं. He's like इतना मीठा नहीं खाते हैं, and I'm like इतना मीठा मैं खाती हूँ, I can't help it. Right?
Yeah, my family नहीं खाते प्रिया इतना मीठा. I'm like मैं खा रही हूँ ना, खाने दो, मैं बाद में वॉक कर लूंगी.
I agree, dude.
हमें बचता है, हमें we can handle it. Don't stop us. जो भी ये वीडियो देख रहे हैं, तुम लोगों के आसपास जो भी कोई मीठा खाता है ना, उसको मत रोको.
Please मत बोलो, seriously, they can handle themselves.
Yeah, they can handle it. तुम टेंशन मत लो.
मतलब it's actually this bad that मेरी entire family का मीठा consumption एक तरफ और मेरा मीठा के consumption एक तरफ. My mother-in-law yesterday she made that आम का पन्ना बनता है अभी summers में, right? She makes it a yum, like yum वाला पन्ना, एकदम मीठा एकदम salty, spicy, sweet, that kinds. What she did, she made 2 bottles. One bottle is for the entire family, one is just for me.
बताना चाहिए कि हम इतना मीठा खाते हैं. Great. I love your mother-in-law as well right now. मम्मा को तो मैं करती हूँ, आपकी mother-in-law also.
So like there's no such thing which can be classified as a bad food. It's only the quantity. आप थोड़ा करके कभी occasionally सब चलता है. कुछ restrict करने की जरूरत नहीं है, of course. हाँ, unless you have a medical condition which requires you to restrict it, in that case, definitely you can take some professional help.
Yes. जैसे अभी आपने स्ट्रेस वर्ड यूज किया, लाइक कोई लोग मीठा खाने में या वैसे खाने में कर लेते हैं, तो स्ट्रेस के साथ साथ आप साइकोलॉजिस्ट भी हो, तो आई जस्ट वांट टू नो कि आजकल स्ट्रेस बहुत कॉमन हो गया है, डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी, फियर बहुत कॉमन हो गया, तो इसमें हाउ वी कैन मेंटेन आवर मेंटल थिंग्स, हम कैसे अपना मेंटल वेलबींग मेंटेन कर सकते हैं?
Okay, look, first and foremost, so there are 2 types of categories here.
Hmm.
One is एक जिसको हम टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज में साइकोटिक बोलते हैं, दूसरा होता है न्यूरोटिक. अब न्यूरोटिक स्ट्रेस वो होता है जब when the person is aware कि I am undergoing some sort of stress, some sort of mental disturbance, some sort of depression, anxiety. Psychotic वो होता है when the person is not even aware. तो जो psychotic cases हैं हम उनकी बात नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन जो neurotic cases हैं which are more prevalent, we'll talk about that. When a person is aware that there is something wrong with them mentally, emotionally, that is when they should first and foremost acknowledge the fact that हाँ कुछ गड़बड़ है. अगर हमको कहीं चोट लगती है तो we don't just उसको छुपा के नहीं रखते हैं हम उसको acknowledge करते हैं कि हाँ हमें चोट लगी है, we have been injured. When we are so open about our physical ailments, about our physical illnesses, mental illnesses आज भी ढकी छुपी रहती है. But जैसे we need external help to take care of our physical illness, we need external help to take care of our mental illness as well. So if there is some problem, there is some issue जो आपसे नहीं solve हो रहा है, if you are not able to take care of it, try to seek help outside first. That's the first step that you should do.
Okay.
किसी qualified professional को contact करें. And आज का time तो ऐसा है anonymously you can get a lot of good therapists online. आपको कहीं आने जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You don't need to do anything. You just need to sit in front of your computer or your phone and you just need to talk. Because maximum times when you talk, when you communicate, nearly 50% of your problems, they resolve themselves. Because once you start speaking is when your brain slowly and slowly starts relaxing.
Okay.
Think of it as stuffing something inside a container. एक आपके पास कंटेनर है, उसमें आप हर चीज भरते जा रहे हो. It is bound to explode one. Right? उसकी भी एक capacity है. Even your brain has a limited capacity to deal with these kind of negative emotions. So once you start stuffing your brain with negative emotions, you need to let go of those emotions so that your brain can relax. वो stressed out state में नहीं रहेगा. And in order to do that, communicate. Talk to a person. Best person to talk to would be a professional, of course. Second thing that would definitely help out in situations like these is once you start talking, once you start getting help from someone else, start developing a normal daily routine. Because when you know that there is something that you have to do at a particular time, you look forward to. आपको पता है there should be some reason for you to get up in the morning. एक कारण आपकी लाइफ में ऐसा होना चाहिए for which you need to get up. Okay. Because if you don't have that, you need to find that. You need to find something that triggers you. You need to find something that makes you satisfied, that makes you happy, that makes you calm, that makes you peaceful. Once you get something, and most people, most of us, we think that something is money, that something is luxury. 99% of the cases that is not true. You need to look within, you need to ask yourself, what is it that you want? And once you get the answer, start working towards that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think जो लोग आते हैं ना कि हमें सुनाने के लिए, I think we should peacefully and calmly should listen to those people also. Correct. Instead of judging them or coming to the conclusion.
Correct. And actually क्या होता है प्रिया, many a times when someone comes and they आपके पास आते हैं, they just want to speak their heart out. They just want you to listen. They don't want you to solve their problem. They don't want you to give them any advice. They just want you to listen. क्योंकि इतना कुछ भरा रहता है दिमाग में, उसको सारा निकालना है बाहर. निकालने का तरीका सिर्फ ये है. It has to come out like this, right? It can either come out through your mouth or another way of expressing yourself is through writing. मतलब your thoughts should come out of you. Internalize नहीं होने चाहिए, externalize होने चाहिए. Either by talking or by writing, drawing, whatever. just जो भी medium से आप अपने आप को express करना चाहते हो, you should do that. But express yourself. That's important.
Yeah, I think क्योंकि हम जितना अंदर भर कर रखेंगे ना, उतना ही वो मशीन, क्योंकि our body is a machine, तो वो उतना ही हमारा दिमाग खराब होता है. तो I think we should come out and help one another, should listen to them without judging them.
That's right.
And आजकल क्या लाइक लोग कहते हैं कि ये पागल है इसलिए ये साइकोलॉजी इसके पास जा रहा है, बट आई थिंक ऐसा नहीं होता। लाइक ये हम लोगों ने बहुत इसको लाइटली ले लेते हैं कि, बट ऐसे नहीं है। दैट पर्सन इज नॉट पागल और मैड, दैट पर्सन जस्ट नीड हेल्प, so that
That's
someone came, so someone can give him a finger, that ताकि वो
that's
अपने आप को
right.
स्टेबल कर पाए, संभाल पाए और अपनी लाइफ में प्रोग्रेस कर सके।
That's absolutely right.
ये जो मिथ्स हैं, पागल है ये सब कुछ, आई थिंक ये खत्म कर देने चाहिए। एंड इट्स नॉट फनी थिंग, ये कोई मीम नहीं है जैसे हम इन चीजों को
Exactly.
हंसते हैं।
Exactly.
स्टार्ट क्योंकि पेंडेमिक में वही बहुत लाइक कॉमन हो गई थी ये चीजें।
Exactly.
कोई डिप्रेशन में जा रहा है, हर कोई एंजाइटी, ये सब कुछ। तो वो ऐसा टाइम था जब हमें सेल्फ एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए मिला काफी टाइम, कि हम खुद को अंदर से ढूंढ पाए। कईयों ने किया भी, कई लोग काफी डिप्रेशन में चले गए। एंड आई थिंक एट दैट टाइम Shefali, the people like you psychologists play a very important role at that time.
Oh
तो
yes, we
डॉक्टर्स
had
थे,
a lot of influx of clients at that time. In fact, everything was online. तो मतलब we were not limited. हम जितने भी psychologists थे, we are generally limited by our geographical locations. But online होने के कारण we had people from all over contacting us, looking for help. And I would say the pandemic actually brought the focus on to depression, stress, anxiety, and all these psychological problems. And I would say that's a good thing, because now there is a lot more acceptability of these problems than
yes,
before.
yeah,
पहले जितनी नहीं थी, अभी है उतनी, अभी है। Like पहले क्या होता था, मतलब people used to say हाँ डिप्रेशन है ना, get out of it, करो, अपने आप को मजबूत बनाओ, do it yourself. आप एक एस्थमेटिक पेशेंट को ये चीज नहीं बोलोगे ना कि आपको अगर ब्रीदिंग नहीं हो रही तो गेट आउट ऑफ इट, अपने आप को मजबूत बनाओ, डू इट योरसेल्फ। नो, आप उनको दवाई लेके दोगे, क्योंकि वो फिजिकल इलनेस है। सिमिलरली मेंटल इलनेस के लिए भी थेरेपी होती है, एंड यू नीड टू गेट दैट स्टार्टेड इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू टेक केयर ऑफ इट। इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट।
ट्रू, एग्जैक्टली। तो शेफाली, आपने साइकोलॉजी भी ऐसे ही ले ली थी जैसे न्यूट्रिशन लिया था?
No, psychology was something that I was always interested in. Once I started learning about psychology, that kind of got me a bit interested. And nutrition में मेरा जो interest था वो इसलिए था because that was more on the clinical side. So that is what attracted me towards nutrition as well.
Okay. So do you have like any, दो सारे क्लाइंट्स बहुत ही दिल के पास होते हैं, बट एक ऐसा इंसिडेंट होता है ना जो हमेशा मोटिवेट करता है कि शेफाली अभी और लोगों को देखना है, आई नीड टू डू मोर। सो डू यू हैव वन पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट?
I had this client, a male around 30 to 33 years old guy, right, and very overweight. So one day he's like, he came to me, he's like, मेरा शुगर बढ़ा हुआ है काफी and I don't want to start medications. I said कितना बढ़ा हुआ है? तो he said मेरा random sugar जो है that is 341 and HbA1c is 11. Now HbA1c is something that needs to be near 5.5. इनका 11 था। तो ऐसी situations में 100% medication start करनी होती है, because this is a very dangerous, very critical situation. He was adamant कि मैं दवाई नहीं शुरू करूँगा। I said fine, मुझे आप एक हफ्ता भर दो। So and I said but you follow what I say to the T, and he did. He followed everything right from सुबह उठने की रूटीन से लेके रात को सोने की रूटीन। I said आप फॉलो करो and मुझे जैसा जैसा मैं बोलती हूँ वैसा वैसा आप करो। He did that. After a week he came to me and we checked his A1C, and miraculously within 1 week वो A1C जो 3 महीने में नहीं हिलता है, like 3 months में एक बार वो हिलता है, 3 months तक उसकी रीडिंग नहीं चेंज होती है A1C की, और generally speaking that A1C came down from 11 to 10.3 एक हफ्ते में। So he was very happy, he was very motivated, his family was very happy. So then he started and he continued with the diet and everything, and कोई दवाई नहीं लिया, कुछ नहीं लिया। उनको मैंने अपना of course वो दिया था, I make these powders and stuff, तो शुगर के लिए पाउडर दिया था उनको मैंने। He took that also religiously and he followed a proper diet, and जो walking करते थे, because I do not prescribe any other exercise rather than walking. So I
Okay.
told him to go in for walks. He started walking and बहुत ज़्यादा fast walking नहीं करते थे, brisk walking नहीं करते थे. He just used to just walk, मतलब धीरे धीरे slow ही टहलते थे, just half an hour per day. So I told him to start at least that. He did that. And within 6 months, he lost 36 kgs. And his HbA1c came down from 11 to 5.3.
शेफाली अपने डीएम चेक करते रहना इस इंटरव्यू के बाद प्लीज. नहीं मैं बता रही हूँ सीरियसली बिकॉज इतनी बड़ी अचीवमेंट एंड आई थिंक मतलब मेडिकेशंस के टाइम शेफाली चाहिए मेडिकेशंस चाहिए एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टेक्स्ट यू आफ्टर दिस इंटरव्यू शेफाली बता दो. आई थिंक इट्स अ ग्रेट थिंग बिकॉज अभी मेडिसिन बहुत ही कॉमन हो गया छोटे छोटे बच्चे से लेके एल्डर तक कुछ भी होता है मेडिसिन कुछ भी होता है मेडिसिन एंड मेडिसिन की जगह इस चीज को रिप्लेस करना आई थिंक इज मच बेटर बिकॉज मेडिसिन कहीं ना कहीं जाकर हमारी किडनी लंग्स को अफेक्ट करती हैं.
करेक्ट. बट देन प्रिया एक चीज मैं बोलूंगी इसमें कि जितना कंट्रीब्यूशन एक आरडी का रहेगा उतना ही कंट्रीब्यूशन क्लाइंट का भी रहना चाहिए. बिकॉज हम जो प्लान करते हैं हम ये आपके सारे फैक्टर्स देख के प्लान करते हैं. आपकी डेली रूटीन हो गई, आपकी एक्टिविटी लेवल्स हो गए, आपके डाइट हो गए, आपके मेडिकल हिस्ट्री हो गई. ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन व्हाइल मेकिंग अ डाइट प्लान फॉर यू. हाउएवर इफ द क्लाइंट डज नॉट फॉलो द डाइट प्लान देन सिर्फ एक कागज लेके तो यू कैन नॉट जस्ट से कि हाँ मैंने डाइट प्लान ले लिया तो नाउ इट शुड वर्क आउट. वो मोटिवेशन, वो willingness to do that should come from the client. And of course, since I have seen, I've been in this field for more than 10 years now, so I have seen कि motivation lose होता है. So what I do is I use my psychological tools to help motivate people.
Okay.
तो इन दोनों चीजों को इंटरकनेक्ट करके जो है फिर वैसा वो प्लान बना के देते हैं.
So it's like buy one get one free.
Buy one. Bogo.
So do you have any website or kuch bhi?
Not a website, but I do have an FB page and I have a YouTube channel. So, by the way, my mother.
So where people can connect. Yeah, I know. So where people can connect with if they want.
On FB they can look for Shefali Kumar's Health Mantra. And on Instagram, it is SKHM99. And on YouTube, it is SKHM. That's Shefali Kumar's Health Mantra.
Okay. So, apart from that, you have one more story of Jawan.
Oh, God. My mother, she's told me everything, hasn't she? Jesus Christ.
Now, okay. Don't scold her. Don't, tell her you told everything. Otherwise, she will stop talking to me.
Okay, Ji, I won't do that.
To tell me that story, that experience.
Okay. Actually, एक CRPF करके there's an organization, government organization. I'm sure you must have heard of it. Central Reserve Police Force, right? So they have these jawans, these police jawans who are supposed to go into remote areas and they're supposed to stay there for a long time. तो वो जवान्स को कई बार जो है प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशन नहीं मिल पाता बिकॉज उनकी जो लाइफ होती है दैट इज वेरी स्ट्रेनुअस. बहुत उनको मतलब जो टेरेन पे जाते हैं दैट टेरेन इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो दे हैव टू वॉक फॉर माइल्स, दे हैव टू स्टैंड फॉर आवर्स ऑन एंड, समटाइम्स दे हैव टू एंगेज इन कॉम्बैट. तो these things they require a lot of physical strength. उनकी ट्रेनिंग वगैरह चलती है. They require a lot of physical strength. So for that they need a proper diet. So we came in touch with this DGP, Director General of Police, who was overseeing the CRPF unit at Nagpur. So he suggested that I come down there and give them a kind of tips to take care of their nutritive requirements. So we went down there and there were more than 200-300 jawans over there. And I started speaking and I don't like to, when I take these lectures, I don't like to be the one just talking. I like to keep it interactive. So I encourage my audience to keep asking me questions. So one by one, they started asking me a lot of questions and everything. And before I knew it, within 10-15 minutes of me starting my lecture, the DGP stopped me. He's like, wait. And he got the cook, the person who cooks for them, he got him into the audience. And he said he is the one who's responsible for preparing the food for these jawans. So make sure you tell him a lot of things too. So the conversation then started going towards that guy also. And so it was around 2.5 hours ka lecture that we had. So, and apparently the feedback that I got later was that a lot of the things which I had suggested were implemented and they were giving a lot of good results. So
Okay.
I was happy about that.
Okay. So I want you to tell any one story of your life which can inspire someone or any of your achievement, because there is always one
Enough of my
Shefali
achievements.
बोलती नहीं है अपने achievements पे. Shefali don't appreciate what she has done in their life. She obviously भी बहुत कुछ करना है हमने, अभी अपने बहुत आगे जाना है, बहुत success देखनी है, but I think somewhere you should stop and give a pat to yourself कि यार शेफाली इतना रास्ता कवर कर लिया है, आगे भी मैं कर लूंगी. तो I want you to tell any one story and any one achievement of your life where your mother comes to know कि हाँ शेफाली encourage herself, she motivates herself, she opens to the achievements whatever she has done in her life.
God, Priya, for the past 35-40 minutes, that's all I've been doing, dude. I mean, you've been asking me
Anyone,
questions and I've been doing that only.
Okay, what I do, I'll shift to another question. तब तक you can answer this. तब तक ये सोच लो माइंड में साथ में, तब तक मैं आपसे दूसरा पूछ लेती हूँ.
Okay.
So second is like अब मम्मा भी हो, psychologist भी हो, nutrition भी हो, in-laws भी है, family भी है, husband, मतलब सब कुछ है, तो कैसे handle करते हो? Like what is your time management? Like घर को कितना time देना है, professional?
I am not too, bothered about time management simply because I have been blessed with a very loving and supporting family.
Okay.
So, यहाँ भी and वहाँ भी, both the sides, I have been blessed with a very loving and supporting family. So, अभी जैसे for example, right now, my daughter, she's not sleeping. अभी वो सो नहीं रही है. वो मम्मा कर रही है. But my family knows that I have an interview with you. वो वहाँ उसको they are keeping her busy. All of them are involved with her. Hands-on involvement है. So by the grace of God, I am blessed. वहाँ गई थी when I just recently I visited my mom in Nagpur. So I actually had my RRC for my second PhD. It was a Viva. So I knew that I didn't have to worry too much. I took her along and the entire time मेरा RRC, because universities में थोड़ा time लग ही जाता है. I was there for around 3.5-4 hours. And the entire time my mother, my father, my brother, my sister-in-law, all of them were keeping her occupied, keeping her busy. So by the grace of God, I am blessed. I don't have a lot of issues as far as time management is concerned.
I think may God bless you with much more things. I think it's great you are having a supporting family, lovely family who are always there, to help you. And लोगों से एक PhD नहीं होती, अब ये 2
Again, that's because of my family support. Like I'll tell you, my sister-in-law, I have 2 sisters-in-law from my husband's side. Both of them are very encouraging, very supporting. But especially my younger sister-in-law, she is currently in Bhatinda. She always, whenever we speak, every time she keeps on telling me, Shefali, kuch kar. Start your career again, because I've been on a hiatus for a very long time. Ever since my daughter was born, I kind of took a break from my career. So she keeps encouraging me all the time. Shefali, kuch kar. Tumne itna padhai ki hai. Use that, utilize that, do something for yourself. Because she knows that I like to, indulge myself in the career. My husband, he's always been very supportive. He's like, tu kar. Jo pasand aata hai, you do that. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents, my brother, my sister-in-law from my brother's side. All of them.
That's a very beautiful and great thing.
Absolutely.
I was in love with your mom. I seriously admire her very much, because the way she talk about you, जो भी वो आपके बारे बात करते हैं, and the bond she used to tell she have with you and all other things, So I think that's a very beautiful. But now the way you told that your in-laws are very supportive in-law
Yeah,
family, and that I think you are blessed with that. And I think your
absolutely.
in-laws and your family, your both the families are blessed with such a loving daughter and daughter-in-law. तो उनको भी फायदे हैं,
Thank
वो
you.
भी blessed है. तो शिफाली, कोई ऐसी अचीवमेंट अभी तक आपके दिमाग में आई?
Hey, Bhagavan, we are not going to let that go, are you? Okay, I'll talk about something non-academic here. I'll talk
Okay.
about something that's been a passion of mine. I'll talk about something that's been my first love, actually.
Okay, सपना मैंने
And
कर दिया अपना काम. Now tell me.
okay, and that basically is my love for animals.
Okay,
Especially stray animals, stray dogs.
okay.
Right? I have always been very inclined towards doing something for them. In fact, the reason that I want to build my career and make something out of myself is so that I can build my dream shelter for these animals. That's the only aim I have in mind, right? Like, so I was the co-founder of an organization in Nagpur. We were a motley group of around 5, 6 youngsters, and of course that was a long time ago. I'm no longer a youngster. I can't classify myself in
Oh,
that
you're still
category anymore.
18.
So we were what around we were the group was from 20 to 30 ke beach ke, we were all of there, and we called ourselves the Loyals, the League of Young Animal Loving Souls. So we had organized around 5, 6 adoption camps for around 5, 6 years. We used to do that annually. We used to organize adoption camps, and the total number of animals that got adopted from those camps was more than 100. So more than 100 stray
Oh,
dogs were fortunate enough to get their loving forever homes. So, and the
okay.
best part is that the dogs that got adopted, we definitely pre-checked their homes. And once the dogs got adopted, we used to keep a check on the dogs themselves. Because क्या होता है कई बार people they adopt the dogs, उनसे संभलता नहीं है, then they just, especially stray dogs हैं तो बिल्कुल छोड़ देते हैं.
Exactly.
We used to counsel them before giving them the dog. उनको counsel करते थे अच्छी से, and then we were sure कि हाँ they could handle the responsibility. So then we allowed them to take the dog, and then उसके बाद फिर every month जो है checks हमारे चालू रहते थे. So, like for example, we had a last camp where we had this young guy coming up, and he was like very enthusiastic. मुझे puppy चाहिए, give me a puppy. We said no, as long as you don't let us speak to your parents. पहले आपके पेरेंट्स से हम बात करेंगे. If your parents are okay with you taking the responsibility, हम अब आपको dog देंगे. Otherwise, we won't.
I think that's a great initiative.
So yeah, that's something that I
Talking to
am
the
actually
parents and finding
happy
out
about.
कि वो कर पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे, then giving
Correct.
to them, I think
Correct.
that's a great thing.
Correct.
So Shefali, that's all from my side. इस इंटरव्यू में मैंने अपनी तो की ही, बट मैंने आपकी मम्मा का भी एक आधा सपना पूरा कर दिया. So I think वो भी बहुत खुश होंगे. And again,
Absolutely, and thank you for that.
yeah, and again, to all the viewers who don't know about Sapna, who don't know about her mother, they can go to the previous interview and they can check that who is Sapna, like how beautiful she is from outer side and from inner side as well. And Shefali, that's all from my side. So do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, Priya, how do you do it all? How do you manage to be such an exuberant, such a full of life kind of a person who, despite facing no matter what adversities, can just smile and do her work? How do you do it all?
So basically, has company stays principle, we inspire people. So I'm inspiring the people, and I'm getting inspiration from you, kind of from Sapna, from you who inspired me, and we are further, inspiring other people. And I think life is a part of up and downs. अगर खुशी है तो गम भी है. It's like how we manage it, and I think just because we are sad, we should not make other people sad. प्यार बांटो, प्यार लो, खुशियां बांटो. So that's all I think inspired me.
I agree. That's a beautiful approach to life, Priya. Hats off to you.
Thank you so much. So yeah, any other question for me?
नहीं, that's about it, I guess. Beauty का राज पूछ सकती हूँ मैं, but then I'm not too sure whether you'd be comfortable sharing it.
Yeah, tell me
But
what you want to ask. No, you can ask.
आपकी खूबसूरती का राज?
I think I don't know. I think
See?
बंदा अंदर से सुंदर होना चाहिए एंड फेस में तो फिर खुद ही ग्लो आ जाता है. सो आई थिंक
Glow आ जाता है.
like
That's right.
like you are, your mother, you are example of this. आप अंदर से इतने खूबसूरत प्यारे हो. तो see, right now you're also red more than red, more red than me. तो I think ये चीजें अंदर से आती हैं एंड फिर वो फेस पे खुद आ जाती हैं.
Okay. That's a very nice answer.
और कोई है?
नहीं, बस अब और
आप
embarrass नहीं करूंगी
एक
आपको मैं. I
और
won't put you on the spot anymore.
अगर आप एक और पूछ लेते, मैंने सोचा था सपना ने मुझे भी क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं, इनको भी दिए हैं. बट नहीं है ऐसा. थैंक यू
नहीं.
Thank you so much for watching us and don't forget to smile.